প্রভু তুমি, তুমি রহিম রহমান। হখানি 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 শাহ কালাম।
Haqqani greetings everyone. Every human being seeks peace. Every nation dreams of harmony. But lasting peace begins with a single realization that we are all connected through the one Creator. With this profound thought, today we have gathered here at the Akhtaruddin Auditorium for this international seminar organized by Haqqani Mission Bangladesh under the Haqqani School of Thought, an organization established under the spiritual guidance and blessing of Sufi Shadhok Anwarul Haq and founded by his revered disciple, Sufi Shadhok Sheikh Abdul Hanif. Today's topic, Oneness with One, the path towards peace and universal harmony, reminds us that true unity does not erase our diversity. Rather, it teaches us to embrace one another with understanding, dignity, and compassion. I, Dilshad Sultana, a member of Haqqani Mission Bangladesh, am honored and privileged to serve as your host for today's seminar. On behalf of Haqqani Mission Bangladesh, I warmly welcome our distinguished scholars, respected guests, and participants joining us from around the globe. At this point, may I humbly seek the kind permission of our honorable speakers to record today's seminar for future reference and academic purposes. Before we move on to the discussion, allow me to briefly introduce today's program. We shall begin with the national anthem of Bangladesh. This will be followed by the welcome address and introduction to Haqqani Mission Bangladesh by the Honorable President of Haqqani Mission Bangladesh, Shah Sufi Dr. Sumaya Sultana. We will then listen to our keynote paper presentation by Shah Sufi Professor Dr. Muhammad Misbahul Islam, former President of Haqqani Mission Bangladesh and Professor, Department of Information Science and Library Management, University of Dhaka, Bangladesh. Following the keynote presentation, we will hear from 4 distinguished international scholars: Associate Professor Dr. Khairul Leva Nodira Nematilo Yavna, joining us from Bukhara State University, Uzbekistan; Associate Professor Dr. Sharmila Devi from INTI International University, Malaysia; Associate Professor Dr. Shahir Ilahi, Head of BSPH at the Health Services Academy, Government of Pakistan; and Associate Professor Dr. Khansar Faraz Ali, Director, International Relations and Collaboration Center, INTI International University, Malaysia. Finally, we shall conclude with closing remarks, vote of thanks, and certificate of appreciation by the respected President of Haqqani Mission Bangladesh, Shah Sufi Dr. Sumaya Sultana. We kindly request everyone present in the hall to keep their mobile phones on silent mode. And a gentle reminder to our friends joining us online, please keep your microphones muted during the presentations to help us maintain a clear and seamless session. Thank you for being with us as we embark on this meaningful journey together. To begin today's program, I respectfully invite everyone present in the hall to kindly stand for the national anthem of Bangladesh. Thank you.
আমার সোনার বাংলা, আমি তোমায় ভালোবাসি, চিরদিন তোমার আকাশ, চিরদিন ভাসি সোনার বাংলা আমি তোমায় ভালোবাসি ও মা ফাগুনে তোর আবির বনে ঘ্রাণে পাগল করে আমি কি দেখেছি মধুর হাসি সোনার বাংলা আমি তোমায় ভালোবাসি কি শোভা কি ছায়া গো কি স্নেহ কি মায়া গো কি আঁচল বিছায়েছ বটের মূলে নদীর কূলে কূলে মা তোর মুখের বাণী আমার কানে লাগে সুধার মতো আমার কানে লাগে সুধার মতো মাতর বদন খানি মলিন হলে আমি নয়ন ও মা আমি নয়ন জলে ভাসি সোনার বাংলা আমি তোমায় ভালোবাসি
My cordial thanks to everyone. We now move to the welcome address. May I invite Shah Sufi Dr. Sumaya Sultana, Honorable President of Haqqani Mission Bangladesh, to deliver the welcome address and share the guiding principles and work of the organization. Ma'am, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Dilshad Andhara. Haqqani greetings to everyone present. Honorable guests, distinguished scholars, devoted souls and well-wishers joining us from near and far. I extend my warmest greetings, respect and peace to all of you on behalf of Haqqani Mission Bangladesh. It is an immense privilege to welcome you to today's online seminar titled Oneness with One, the Path Towards Peace and Universal Harmony. We are deeply grateful that you have taken the time for your busy schedule to join us in reflecting upon these profound spiritual realizations. Your presence enriches this seminar and enlightens our shared journey. Dear audience, before we start the seminar, I would like to introduce Hamiba in short. In this subcontinent, Hazrat Abu Ali Akhtaruddin Shah Qalandar Gausbak Rahmatullah Alayhi is one of the ascetic philosophers who dedicated his life on the establishment of peace and humanity as a Sufi saint. His principal disciple, Sultanul Awliya Al-Hajj Hazrat Shah Qalandar Sufi Khaja Anwarul Haq Roshan Jamir Maddajillahul Ali, has been leading the same mission to establishing Haqqani Sufism to attain peace in the society with indefatigable surveillance as ascetic philosophers since 1955. His principal spiritual successor, Sufi Sadhak Sheikh Abdul Hanif, embracing the motto Waqf, Humanity, Peace, founded Haqqani Mission Bangladesh in 1990 as an institution of modern concept of Haqqani Sufism. The word Haqqani originated from Arabic word Haqq. Haqq means truth, and the concept Ni emphasizes the said truth. So, Haqqani Mission follow and establish the truth to attain the fixed target of any work. Since its inception, Haqqani Mission Bangladesh has remained committed to serving humanity through 4 key pillars of social development: education, healthcare, publication and information technology, and research. Guided by this vision, Hamiba has established 13 impactful projects, each dedicated of empowering individuals, strengthening communities, and contributing to the moral, intellectual, and social advancement of societies. With oneness with one at the heart of his philosophy, Shatto Manush Sheikh Abdul Hanif established Bangladesh Haqqani Khanqa Sharif in 2003 to provide a pathway for individual self-development and spiritual refinements. Sorry for that. Over the year, this vision has grown into a global network for 55 centers. Shatto Manush Sheikh Abdul Hanif traveled extensively across Bangladesh and numerous countries globally to establish Haqqani School of Thought, empowered oneness with one. The topic of our seminar today centers on oneness with one. In a word, seeking genuine peace and harmony, achieving oneness with the Supreme Creator is the ultimate foundation for both inner peace and universal unity. This journey towards oneness required profound inner work and dedications. In this regard, the revered Sufi saint Sheikh Abdul Hanif, through his Haqqani School of Thought, has enlightened us with his divine message. To yield is easy, but to surrender oneself completely is extremely difficult. Complete self-surrender, that is a soul connected with the one, paving the way of universal harmony. To elaborate on this path in greater depth, Shatto Manush Sheikh Abdul Hanif revealed this profound wisdom. The more you analyze your every action, the more your spiritual growth will unfold. Self-reflection and continuous self-analysis are the key to purifying the soul. When we carefully evaluate our thoughts, words, and deeds, we free ourselves from error and elevate our spiritual awareness closer to the truth. Distinguished guests, without further delay, it is my honor to invite our esteemed speakers to share their valuable insights and reflections with us. Thank you everyone for your patience hearing.
Thank you very much, President, for your gracious welcome and for setting the spirit and direction for today's seminar. We now move to the keynote paper presentation. It is my great pleasure to invite Shah Sufi Professor Dr. Muhammad Misbahul Islam, former President of Haqqani Mission Bangladesh and Professor, Department of Information, Science and Library Management, University of Dhaka, to present the keynote paper on today's topic, Oneness with One, the Path Towards Peace and Universal Harmony. Professor, we are honored to have you with us. The floor is yours.
In the name of Shottomanush Sheikh Abdul Hanif, I am going to start my talk. Good afternoon to all of you, and good morning also to our online audience and distinguished guests and speakers, brothers and sisters. At first, I would like to say Haddik Haqqani Shubhecha. From myself, from my heart, from my organization, Haqqani School of Thought, as well as Haqqani Mission Bangladesh. So it is very difficult to talk as a keynote speaker, but I tried myself with the help of our team, with the help of our mission and School of Thought persons and scholars. Oneness with one, Sufi Shadok Sheikh Abdul Hanif said. Actually, I am going to start and I am talking whatever Sufi Shadok Sheikh Abdul Hanif said. I am just conveying the message, I am just conveying the talk, I am just conveying his speech on behalf of the audience. So it is a little bit customized from my side, which is easier for me also to understand and to explain something. So the title is Oneness with One. Oneness with One, Islam and all other religions emphasize spiritual purity of improvement of I, which is known as spiritualism. I have given the power of purity and to understand the presence of Almighty within oneself. So there are four parts what I am talking. One is Shottomanush, second will be Haqqani, third will be Haqqani Sufism, and last one would be the Shottomanush Tattva. So first, Sufi Shadok Sheikh Abdul Hanif say, the goal of Shottomanush is to identify the truth of I. In the journey of the life, the society considered him as honest, truthful, and a custodian of human rights. An individual could claim to be a Shottomanush, means Sufi, but present world wants more than this, behind of this, forward of this, background of this. So all Shottomanush of Haqqani Chidtonpi have started their journey until the society will be changed. And Sufi Shadok Sheikh Abdul Hanif started this journey, and we are the team of, as a member of the team, and Haqqani Chintanpit started that journey. Now I am going to discuss what is Haqqani. Already our welcome speaker, Shah Sufi Dr. Sumaya Sultana said, but I am explaining in different way. The word Haqqani is based on continuous human efforts to search and unearth inner truth of each and every one. Haqqani Sufism has been working with the objectives, which is work, humanity, and peace. Now Haqqani Sufism upholds one's own language and culture and practice of religious and social values are driving force that established a nation in the spheres of progress and dignity. And Haqqani Sufism is committed to serve the human race of work and make the world population as disciplined and consolidated human resources in the work flow process through the doctrine of oneness with one. There are many traditions of Sufism in the world, whatever it is in Africa, whatever it is in Australia and America, but Haqqani Sufism does not ignore to anyone. Haqqani Sufism deals with one, oneness, one. So this is very important for Haqqani Sufism. One, oneness, and one. My last point is Shatto Manush Tattva, which is given by Shatto Manush Sheikh Abdul Hanif. According to Haqqani Sufism, who is the Haqqani? Haqqani is the Sufi Sadhak Sheikh Abdul Hanif. Shatto Manush is the Sufi Sadhak Sheikh Abdul Hanif. In the name of our Sufi Sadhak Sheikh Abdul Hanif, we always start our work, we always finish our work, we always continue our work. So this is our main concept, and this is clear, loud and clear for us. So according to Haqqani Sufism, Sufi means Shatto Manush, Sufi means Sheikh Abdul Hanif. Sufism is Shatto Manush Tattva, whatever Sheikh Abdul Hanif has given Shatto Manush Tattva, doctrines of Shatto Manush society. Shatto Manush Tattva is in fact a system and method based on the life and character of one. So there is nothing to deny the fact that for self-development, self-confidence, self-conscious, self-control, self-determination, self-realize, self-respect, self-analysis, and are needed for balancing external and inner world of one. One means I. One means I has to secure this quality, whatever I say, it is self-control, self-realization, etc. Qualities through communication and relationship with one. This one is Sufi Sadhak Sheikh Abdul Hanif. Thus, oneness with one is following in spiritual world and also materialistic, earthly world, Sufi Sadhak Sheikh Abdul Hanif said. So, dear audience, I try to express myself as a keynote speaker, whatever I was taught and whatever my Allah has given blessed to me, and I do hope that this is very much understandable, and I am trying to explain it. So if you have any say or anything, our online and our number and our missionaries online number are available here, and after this seminar also we can be here for question and answer session. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for hearing me.
Thank you very much, Professor, for your comprehensive presentation. We truly appreciate your valuable contribution to today's seminar. We now begin our first international discussion. Our first international speaker is Associate Professor Dr. Khairulyeva Nodira Nematiloyevna from Bukhara State University, Uzbekistan. Through the lens of Sufism, she will take us on a journey of love, devotion, and inner transformation. Professor, it is a pleasure to welcome you. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, first of all, dear everyone, dear audience, dear professors and teachers. My voice is audible? Okay. So first of all, thank you so much for inviting me for the international seminar on the title Oneness with One. So my topic is called A Journey of Love and Devotion. So first of all, what is Sufism? Sufism is a mystical dimension of Islam, a path of inner purification, divine love, and direct experience of God. It emphasizes the heart over ritual and love over dogma. So it has three notions: Tawhid, Ishq, and Fana. Tawhid, this is unity of God, the ultimate truth that all exists is one. Ishq, divine love as the driving force of spiritual transformation. Fana means annihilation of the ego to merge with the divine. So, as we're looking back to the historical roots of the Sufism, we can back to the 7th century with the starting of Arabic world. Sufism emerged in the 7th and 8th centuries as a reaction to the materialism of the expanding Islamic empire. Early mystics sought a personal, intimate relationship with God through asceticism and contemplation. By the medieval period, Sufism had become the primary vehicle for Islam's peaceful spread across Asia, Africa, and beyond. So, key Sufi orders and their practices. Sufi orders, tariqas, are spiritual lineages, each with distinct practices and teachings passed from master to discipline. Qadriya, founded by Abdul Qadir Gilani, emphasizes strict adherence to Islamic law and quiet dhikr. Chistiya, prominent in India, known for sama, open-heartedness and service to humanity. Naqshbandiya, so this Naqshbandiya is very close to us, especially to our Bukhara. So it has the practices style and dhikr, emphasis inner awareness and the guidance of a living master. And the last one is Mawlavi, founded by Rumi's followers, famous for the whirling dance as a form of moving meditation. So we have got four paths of tariqa, stages of spiritual development. Next one, I guess, like it has Sharia, Tariqa, Haqiqa, and Marifa. What is Sharia? Sharia means outer law, the foundation of righteous conduct and religious obligation. Tariqa, the mystical path, spiritual practices under master's guidance. And Haqiqa means divine truth, direct experiential knowledge of reality. And the last one is Marifa, gnosis, the ultimate union with the divine beyond all form. And a bond beyond the ordinary. What is Sufi master and discipline? We have got the Pir and Murid. The Pir just transmits spiritual light, baraka, and guides through example. And the Murid, it just practices surrender, obedience, and devotion. So the next is embracing the spirit of Sufism. Universal lessons for today. It has the love as the force. Sufism teaches that love for God, for others, for existence is the highest form of knowledge. Know thyself. The journey inward is the journey to the divine. Self-awareness is the first step of transformation. And unity in diversity. Sufism transcends borders, beliefs, and reminding us that all the paths lead to the same light. Thank you so much. Thank you for your attention. So this is the end of my presentation.
Thank you, Professor, for beautifully reminding us that the journey towards harmony begins within, with love, self-awareness, and a recognition of our deeper unity. We sincerely appreciate your contribution. We now move to our second international discussion. Our next speaker joins us from Malaysia. Associate Professor Dr. Sharmila Devi of INTI International University will share her perspectives on awakening spiritual intelligence, the path towards peace and universal harmony. Professor, may I invite you to begin, please?
Hello, hi everyone. Okay, let me share my slides. Okay, right. Okay, can see the slides? Am I audible? Am I audible? Sorry.
Yes, Prof. Audible. Audible.
Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. Thank you so much. And I truly honor to be with all of us today, just to share a few reflections on my topic. And I believe this is very, very important, especially in a changing environment. Awakening spiritual intelligence, the path towards peace and universal harmony, which is very universal and it can be applied everywhere, let it be in educational sector, at workplace, and everywhere. Now, let's start with a very simple question. We have become smarter, we have become more connected, but have we become more peaceful? Sometimes, individuals feel that they have everything. We are very much advanced. For examples, like if you look at the current situations now, we are moving towards AI, which is transforming the industry. And then we have digital technology, digitalizations, which has connected billions of people across the globe. And scientific discoveries continue to improve our quality of life, meaning to say we are advancing. We are really advancing. But despite of all these advancements, many people still experience something that is lacking. For example, loneliness, depressions, anxiety, conflict, divisions. So even though society feel connected, but individuals feel disconnected themselves. So this raises an important question. Is there something missing? Right? There's something missing that individuals feel. So I believe this answer lies, basically, I would like to enhance more on the evolutions of human intelligence. I think for many, many years, our success was measured by IQ, intelligent quotients, right? IQ enables us to think critically. It's more on data analysis. It's more on creativity. It has taken humanity to incredible heights, especially, with the development of digitalizations, technologies, artificial intelligence, and so on. And then slowly we move to emotional quotients or EQ. Because when we are working, when we are collaborating, working with the team, being a great leader, I believe that, having a good relationship is very, very important. And that's where we need to understand our emotions. But even though we have this IQ and EQ, but we still could see a lot of conflict, stress, divisions. For example, like we are still witnessing wars, discriminations at workplace or everywhere, corruptions, for examples, environmental destructions, social divisions. We still have all this. So perhaps knowledge itself is not enough. Emotional awareness alone is not enough. And we need another form of intelligence, which I believe spiritual intelligence. So what is spiritual intelligence? I have done my PhD on this. Many people think that, okay, spirituality and religion is a similar concept. But for me, spirituality is very universal. It can be applied anywhere by anyone. That is why we will come into oneness. For examples, like as what I have said earlier, we are advancing, very much advanced. But yet we start to ask questions like, who am I? What is my purpose? You see? So we start to ask meaningful questions. What kind of person do I want to become? This is where spiritual quotients will complement intelligent quotients and emotional quotients. So we need to bring these three together. So basically, spiritual intelligence gives meaning to both IQ and EQ, meaning to say our knowledge and directions to our emotions. So it reminds us that intelligence without conscience can become dangerous. Now, let us look at some of the characteristics, or we could say traits of those individuals having spiritual intelligence. For example, they are being more mindfulness before they start to talk, before they start to speak, before they start to act, or before they judge someone, they will pause and ask, right? And then they have compassion, to be more humanity, right? And humility. No matter how advanced are we, how knowledgeable are we are open to learn from others. And have sense of purpose, being ethical, especially when it comes to serving others, with integrity, honesty, responsibility, gratitude, which is very, very important to cultivate inner peace, connectedness, self-awareness, and inner peace. So these are some of the characteristics of individual with spiritual intelligence. So our thoughts, our words, actions affect people around us, families, community, our nations, and ultimately our world. This is where I would like to bring this simple, powerful journey, starting from me to we and to one. Now, when we look at this process, it starts from ego and then we move to oneness. So when we have ego, we ask, what can I get? When we move to self, we ask, who am I? And when we move to others, we start to ask, how can I care and contribute to others? And when we move to humanity, we start to think, how can we live together in a peace? And finally, when it comes to oneness, we have a perception that we are all connected to each other and we are not a separate from each other. That's where we move from me to we to one. So I think this is very, very important, especially moving beyond I and mine towards our and ours. As I said earlier, we are living in a very huge dynamic environment that is changing. So in these transformations, I believe having this character or spiritual intelligence is very, very important. Let them be educators, let them be business leaders, policy makers, health professionals, students, parents, and everyone. Try to imagine a workplace where leaders make decisions not only guided by IQ, but by compassion. Try to imagine schools where children are not taught how to succeed only academically, but more towards living with kindness, integrity, and resilience. And imagine a communities where diversity is celebrated rather than feared. So I think this is not impossible. As what Mahatma Gandhi said, be the change that you wish to see in the world. Peace is not merely the absence of conflicts. Peace begins with inner transformations. Universal harmony cannot be legislated. It cannot simply be imposed through policies and technologies. It must emerge from awakening of human consciousness. So allow me to conclude with this thought. Universal harmony is not created by changing the world first. It begins by awakening the consciousness within ourselves. So when we awaken spiritual intelligence, we move beyond fear towards understanding, beyond competitions toward collaboration, beyond divisions towards unity, beyond self towards humanity. So may each of us continue this journey from me to we to one, and together contribute to more peaceful, compassionate, and harmonious world. Thank you very much. May peace be with all of us. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor. The progression from me to we to one was a particularly powerful way of expressing how spiritual intelligence can lead us beyond the self and towards a greater sense of collective harmony. Thank you for sharing your perspective with us. Our third distinguished speaker joins us from Pakistan. It is an honor to welcome Associate Professor Dr. Shahir Ilahi, Head of BSPH at the Health Services Academy, Government of Pakistan. In his presentation, Dr. Shahir will take us deeper into the meaning of oneness with one, exploring how the recognition of our shared origin can lead us beyond the boundaries of the self towards compassion, service, and a greater sense of unity with humanity. Sir, may you begin.
Thank you very much, and I congratulate each one of you, and especially the Haqqani Mission Bangladesh for taking this great initiative and to take it globally. I'll share my presentation very, very quickly and see if it is visible to all of you. Is it?
Yeah, visible.
Right. So let me try to play it as well. So what I believe when this concept came to me, what is oneness with one mean? It means the ultimate reality. The ultimate reality is where all the religions preaches the same. For example, if we see Sanatan Dharam, they say the same in the Vedant. Ekyum Brahma Dyota Naste Nena Naste Kanchan. When we read Sikh Dharam, they say the same. Ek Onkar, Satnam, Karta, Purkh, Nirbhav, Nirvay, Akal Murat, Ajuni Saibang, Gur Prasad, Jap, Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, Hai bhi Sach, Nanak, Hosi bhi Sach. That's what Islam says. Kul hu Allahu Ahad. And it was very beautifully quoted in our Urdu poetry. दो ही लफ्जों में सुनो मुझसे ये राज शरीयत वजू है तरीकत नमाज. I think these words are maybe somehow translatable to our Bengali and Malaysian friends. That Shariat is wazu, tariqat is namaz. That is the actual understanding of the service. Is my PPT moving or not? Is it?
Yes, it's moving.
Right. Perfect. So what I believe, the oneness, it creates true freedom. How? Because as a Sheikh Abdul Qadir Jilani rahmatullah alayhi said, al-tasawwuf fil hurriya. Tasawwuf creates freedom, service, compassion to keep you away from fears. Sorry, is it visible? Okay. So it's a journey from enslaved human to a free human. For example, ego, status, wealth, fear, social approval, material desires, and then you get to the true freedom taught by connecting with the one, the ultimate one, and that how you creates oneness. And then this oneness, it creates altruism. We call it isar. We also call it inkisar. That is humility, humbleness. And the mother of altruism and the actual message of altruism comes from Karbala, the Sufi message of Imam Hussein alayhi salam, how you take the humanity in altruistically fashion and manner, and you give this service to the rest of the world by giving your own self. What I believe service is an expression of faith. So knowledge transforming into wisdom, power transforming into responsibility, leadership transforming into stewardship, and success into contribution. So one less, it leads to peace, not just peace within, without, regionally, globally, because ego, when it is replaced by humility, it creates more recognition. And we also try to understand that diversity is not division. Division then replaces or transforms into unity. And this is the actual message of the oneness. So let's conclude. It's inner freedom, it's humility, it's compassion, it's altruism, and it's universal peace. So this is from my end. And I hope that it is somehow a little bit of different flavor from Pakistan.
Thank you, Professor. Beautiful presentation. Your message that universal harmony begins with inner harmony and finds expression through compassion and service to humanity gives us much to reflect upon. We truly appreciate your contribution. We now come to our fourth and final international discussion. Joining us from Malaysia is Associate Professor Dr. Khanshlal Faraz Ali, who will offer his perspective on today's topic and further enrich our exploration of peace and universal harmony. Professor, may I invite you to share your reflections with us?
Very good afternoon. Greetings from Malaysia. Just allow me a few minutes to share my screen. My screen visible?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Really, it's a great honor for me to be present in this session. Special thanks to my friends from Pakistan, Professor Sharilahi, my friend Nadira from Uzbekistan, and Prof. Sharmila from Malaysia as well. And special thanks and regards to Haqqani Mission Bangladesh for such a topic. Actually, I was feeling so excited and thrilled as well to discuss on such a topic that is very touched to our heart. And truly, I am very amazed with the title, Oneness with One. Actually, it has so many dimensions to discuss. I was listening to the speech of the paper presenter, Professor Islam, who was articulating different aspects, and the President Haqqani Mission Bangladesh, she also mentioned many things. Really, it enlightened me also. And from the session, actually, I'm not going to share anything. I'm gaining many things. Okay, let's start with a very good famous quote of Maulana Jalaluddin Rumi. The lamps are different, but the light is the same. Actually, what we are thinking today, someone is thinking alike. What we are doing today, someone is doing alike. Actually, we the people who are living in the way of oneness. Actually, you see, we all are the lights, but the source is one. I appreciate Dr. Nadira. She started little bit. I was thinking she'd discuss more, but she has focused the light. You see, we all are the light. Everywhere the light is there, but the source is the one. Our terminology is different, name is different. Professor Shai clearly mentioned with different words, different tone, and truly, this is reality. If we think about oneness, we have to think about one first, and let be light that enlighten the world. What I have seen, actually, oneness is a frequency of love, flow, and connection. You see, I appreciate this kind of forum. If I'm not wrong, this is, I think, from my understanding, one of the first kind of a discussion, oneness with one. I have attended many Sufi conferences, many discussions as well. We attend every month, almost many discussion, conference, seminar, symposium. But this is first time I get the different flavor, oneness with one. And sincerely, it gives me insight also to discuss and think in deeper. Actually, the journey of oneness, how it starts. Basically, the journey of oneness starts from the childhood, infanthood. The first experience of oneness is not taught in a classroom. It is experienced in the embrace of a mother. The oneness, the tie, the bonding, it starts with the relationship with mother and the kid. The journey towards oneness with the one can be understood as beginning with the child's earliest experience of oneness. And you see, from the first bond of love, the human heart can learn to recognize compassion, unity, and ultimately the divine source of all existence. You are talking about Sufism, really, I'm amazed. Yes, what is the concept of Sufism? Be human being, be mankind, serve the mankind, do something for the humanity. And we have seen the Sufi, they don't have their own identity. They are universal. They are open to all. They believe in everybody. They believe in every religion, every caste, every creed. They trust everyone. That's why they are Sufi. The first relationship teaches some of humanity's most fundamental values. Already, my previous scholars, you have mentioned very clearly. Again, let me repeat: love, trust, compassion, dependence, care, forgiveness, empathy, whatever the virtues we see in human life, first learning of oneness. And as the child grows day by day, these values can expand beyond the family toward community, humanity, nature, and ultimately the creator. It means oneness with one. The journey is towards the one. If it's the one, who is the one? The creator, the Almighty, who has created all of us. Maybe we are calling him in different name, right? He has different name, but he is one. The source of power is only one. And this oneness with one, this idea, this ideology, this teaching give us only one idea. Think more, think globally, think about the humanity, think of the nature, ultimately the creator. If you look in this photography, what we see is symbolic, all this symbolic. I think everyone need a guide. Also, it has been quoted in a Holy Quran, in other books also, other holy books you will follow. You must find some guru, find some guide who can enlighten you, who can give you knowledge. If you don't get anyone, at least find a good teacher. Get a mentor who can guide you, who can support you. And the guru teaches the disciple to see beyond differences of nationality, religion, wealth, language, and social position. As we can see today, it's a very good harmonious situation. My friends from Pakistan, friends from Uzbekistan, friends from Malaysia, Bangladesh, we are in a tie, we are in a bondage. We are discussing on these such burning issues. Yes, how we can enlighten ourselves, how we can start the journey towards the one. The goal is to purify the heart, overcome the ego, live in conscious remembrance and service of the one. It means very important word, remembrance and service of the one. Very important. Who is this one? My Almighty, my Creator, my Lord, my God, whomever, whatever the name I call him, my Guru, in Urdu, my Murshid, right? Whatever I say, ultimate goal. There is a verse in English, thy name is my healing, thy remembrance is my living. We have to heal with his name. We have to, take breathing. We have to breathe with his name. Without his breathing, without his name, we can't live at all. For the balancing of external inner world of one is I, definitely. I have seen it has been mentioned by Professor Islam in his paper also. Yes, one is I myself. Let me give you one example. Now the technology is expanding, right? We can see the technology, you can see the robotic science, people can change anything, scientists can make anything, you can make another copy, the scientists, the technologies, they can make another piece of Dr. Khan, maybe they can make a clone, but they cannot make myself. I myself is only one in the world. So this one is very important. You can get another Dr. Khan, you can get the clone, you can get the hybrid one, you can get another version, but this one at the same speech, same values, same ethics, same blood group, same perception, same psychology cannot get. I'm the only one. So when I am only one, my Lord is only one, my God is only one. So I need to direct myself to that one. And that one is always in myself. For that reason, what to do? Definitely, we should abstain from self-adulation, self-applause, self-conceit, self-wildness. Why? When we are talking about Sufism, what we learn from the Sufis, burn yourself as the candle. The picture you can see is a symbolic picture. The candle burn itself, but give light to others. Similarly, when we can burn ourselves in the name of our Guru, in the name of our Lord, in the name of our Murshid, in the name of Allah, whatever you call, then we can be purified. We can purify our heart. We can see the light of oneness. Actually, the oneness journey, what we need to purify ourselves, there are different factors. Self-development, definitely. Everybody is not seeking about oneness journey. Everybody is not interested for oneness with one journey. Very few people, they are interested for oneness with one journey. Like we, these people, with the people who are attending the seminar, we are very lucky, we are very blessed, we are very fortunate. We got this platform, we are learning something, gaining something from different scholars globally, right? We're getting some knowledge. So self-development, we can do this, we can develop for different activities. Self-education, self-confidence, very important. There is a word confidence and competence. Yes, we are competent, but confidence is very important. Yes, I, myself, I can, I will. This confidence is very important. When it will come, when I'm pure from my heart, when I have the will to do something, when I have the will to do something for the humanity, when I have the will to do something globally, when I have the will to do something for the humanity, then my confidence will go up. Self-consciousness, very important. If we see the lifestyle of all Sufis, what is the lifestyle? Self-conscious, they're always conscious. Whatever we say, whatever we do, whatever we're doing, we should be more conscious. Like as an academician, I give a live example. When I'm teaching my students, I should know about my subject matter. When I'm going through marking, I should be unbiased. I should not be biased. I cannot be. So each and every person from his own profession, from his own occupation, can have this consciousness. When we can do every step, little drop of water can make an ocean, right? Like this. Self-control is very important in the journey of oneness to one, oneness with one. Self-control. Self-control first comes with four things: tension, emotion, frustration, excitement. In most cases, we cannot control our tension. We cannot control our emotion. We cannot control our excitement. But the Sufi, they can. When everybody is laughing, they don't laugh. When everybody is crying, they don't cry. When everybody is cheerful, they are very calm. That's why they're Sufi. So these are the learnings from the Sufis. Self-determination, very important. First of all, we should have a goal. Everybody don't have the goal. Very specific person, very few person, they can make a goal. They can run towards the goal. They can achieve their goal. They must be hungry to achieve that goal. So this self-determination is very important to achieve that goal. Self-reliance, yes. Self-dependent. We must depend on myself. I can't depend on others. I have my almighty creator, he will take care of me. That is self-reliance. Self-restraint, self-respect. If I don't respect myself, nobody in the world can respect myself. Whatever I do, there are many people there do criticize. They don't like my progress. They don't like my development. They'll do criticize in front of me, in back of me, but never worry. If I'm clean from my heart, if I know my goal, if I know my destination, just march on, look forward. We have two eyes in front. We have to go in front. Never go back. Don't look back. So self-respect is very important ingredients for this journey. Final one, self-analysis. Yes. Know thyself, according to great scholar Socrates, right? Know thyself. In Arabic, there is a word, man arafa nafsahu faqat arafa rabbahu. Know thyself, self-analysis. We have to analyze ourselves. Without self-analysis, we cannot think about self-development. We cannot think about self-confidence, cannot think about self-control, self-analysis. This analysis not in 24 hours. It should be in every second, in every nanosecond. What I am doing, what I am saying, what I am seeing. What do I see? What do I say? How do I see? How do I say? Whom do I see? Whom do I behave? Very important. Self-control, self-analysis. These both are very important. Just like two blade of a scissor. Very important. And my friends, as you see, one means this I, right? Myself, I, has to secure these qualities through communication, relationship with one. It means inner communication. Yes, if truly I have the one, I know my one, I should have my communication. This communication is invisible. This is not tangible. I can't show anyone. I can say many words, but I can show you what communication I have, what relationship I have. Whom you call, I call him different name. He has different name for me. He has different corner for me. That is the communication, self-communication, intra-communication. It's intrapersonal communication with my one. Thus, oneness with one is flowing in the spiritual world and also the materialistic earthly world. Yes, one is everywhere. He is universal, but we don't know where he is. That's why we need to focus on him. We need to make the goal. Yes, let's search our one first. Let's discuss about the path towards universal harmony. Actually, why we are attending this seminar? Why Haqqani Bangladesh has spent so many time, labor? They have connected these scholars over the globally. Why? Ultimate goal, universal harmony. Because the message of all Sufi, as I came to know from Professor Islam, Shatto Manush, right? The message of Shatto Manush, the man of truth. What is the message? Universal harmony, universal peace. That can represent ourselves. Yes, we belong to human being. The 21st century has witnessed extraordinary technological progress alongside increasing social fragmentation, violence, inequality, and moral uncertainty. In every country, you see, they are searching for peace. They are crying for peace. These challenges suggest that sustainable peace requires not only political economic solution, but also a renewal of ethical and spiritual values. As Prof. Sharmila mentioned, yes, I agree with you, Prof. Spiritual values, spiritual nurture is very important. Everyone has a spirit inside. We have to nurture our spirit. We have to practice our spiritual values for the sake of universal harmony. I am almost at the end of my session. So how to go towards the journey? How to be aligned with oneness with one? Definitely, if we think in the global world, what is our role as a human being? Like as Professor Khan, what I'm doing, Professor Shamila, Professor Ilahi, Professor Nadira, what we are doing as the academician, as the scholar, we're doing some research, we're doing some study, right? We have to foster and nurture this practice. As Professor Ilahi already mentioned, leadership, very important, ethical leadership. We need leadership in our society, we need leadership in our business, we need leadership in our academic. We need such leadership in the journey of Sufism. I appreciate the initiative by Haqqani Bangladesh. Please take the initiative. Have more conference, have more symposium, have more research work, have more talk on Sufism. Let people get the light. We want this freedom. We want this peace, we want this global harmony. Intercultural dialogue, definitely we need it. As already have started, we can see different professional persons from these 4 countries who have joined. Bangladesh, Uzbekistan, Malaysia, Pakistan. Maybe we have not met each other before, but we are connected globally now through this symposium, through this seminar, right? So this forum is an opportunity. Let's have intercultural dialogue, have some social cohesion, and we want sustainable peace. And definitely, after all, coexistence. Let everybody see we are in a human world. So let the world be human-oriented. Let us make this human world. Nobody take the responsibility. We can take the responsibility. And let me have a quote. You can see the photo. I think many of you have studied Sufism. You know the inner spirit, right? You know Tasawwuf. You know Ilm Laduni. You know many things. Just I give a message. You can see the picture. You can see the photo. I don't know what you see. Basically, this discussion is more than philosophical rather than religious to me. That's why I try to mention some socio-economic perspective, some psychological perspective, and some philosophical perspective in the discussion. They say madness is a curse, but what if it is the price of love? Truly, love is the only one way to be aligned with the oneness. Love, that is pure love, not the artificial love. This is a pure love from the heart. Because my one, he is waiting for my love. Only I can sacrifice my love for him. Whatever I can do for him, that is my love. And what is his love? Do something for his creators, for his creations. Do something for his human being. Do something for his all other being in the world. That in this way, only love, we can share our love. And definitely, my dear friends, as we are talking about universal harmony, actually this is our responsibility. Whatever we are doing, whatever our identity, whatever profession, we should be coming forward. Let's be united. hold our hand together. As the Haqqani Mission Bangladesh, you have taken a very good initiative. You can combine us, you can take some initiative. We can work together in the race of global peace and universal harmony. And in a nutshell, I like to call everyone, let's nurture our, oneness. Let's find our oneness. Thank you so much. Terima kasih.
Thank you very much, Professor, for bringing another valuable perspective to our discussion. Now, before we move on to our closing remarks, I'd like to mention that we have been handed over many questions from our curious audience. Unfortunately, due to the time limitation, I would address a few of them which have been directed towards our respected international speakers. The first question is addressed for our first speaker, Dr. Nodira. The question is, how do music, art, and storytelling serve as universal languages that evoke a sense of oneness across cultures? Dr. Nadira, may I request you to answer the question, please?
Thank you so much for giving me such a good question. I think art, music, everything, so that is connected to our just how to say. So this is everything is related to our whole harmony. So this is the harmony for all, because once we listen any international music, so this music is also seems to we feel so just amused, relaxed, and so this would be enjoyable for us. I think art is also one that just connects us as a one unity. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Nadira. I quickly move on to a second question, which has been addressed to Professor Sharmila. You spoke about awakening spiritual intelligence. Can spiritual intelligence be consciously developed? And if so, what practical steps can an individual take to strengthen it in everyday life? Dr. Sharmila, please.
Thank you so much. That's a very wonderful questions. And that is what all of us are striving to move forward, to bring that spiritual intelligence straight within us. Perhaps I think this should be developed from family, like for examples, like just now Dr. Khan said, as from mother, for examples, as a parents, we need to cultivate. You see, like when we look at children's now, their IQ is very good. They are very intelligent. They are very smart. But when it comes to emotional resilience, they tend to give up easily. And we can see many of them going for self-destructive behavior. I believe because we don't really, cultivate that spirituality within them, that resilience, the ability to bounce back from problems. So it has to start from home, and it has to start at the school itself. You see, like in educations, we are always focusing on how to become successful, how to be ambitious, how to have your career, this and that. But how many of us are really teaching kids towards being more resilient, to live in this world, to survive in this world? We don't have that in the syllabus. So I believe it is step by step. Everybody is responsible for that. Right? And at workplace, for example, there are so many issues at workplace despite of advancements. Toxic at workplace, for example, you see, people are leaving the organizations because of colleagues, for example, because of leaders, for example. So all this shows that we do not have that traits of spirituality or spiritual intelligence. We are focused so much on IQ. Even emotional quotients we don't see much, but we are more towards knowledge, becoming successful, materialistic and things like that. So I believe that it is not one person's job. For examples, like being as a lecturer, I can cultivate this among my students. So for examples, instead of just delivering presentations, instead of just delivering materials, I think to be connected with them is the most important things. For example, being compassion, right? And then understand them from students' perspective, and the connectedness among them. So when we talk to someone, I think instead of using our authority, for example, it is good when we can connect with them. We try to connect ourselves with them, like being more comfortable, being more understanding, being more compassionate. I think it comes from everyone. So it starts step by step. So in workplace, we need to have such a leaders. That is the reason I always tell my students, perhaps it's too late for me to become leader and bring the changes, but those students, those generations can, bring the changes. So what I believe is that we individual are responsible to bring the changes, as what I have said. That's what Mahatma Gandhi said. If you want to make changes, you have to make changes. So if we can even create one small sparks among others, that is already a huge success. We don't have to create a huge changes. Just one small spark to 1%. 1% of changes to the students, to the employees, to the people around us. I think that's already a very huge contributions that we are doing as a channel, So that's how, we have to bring these practices. It's everybody's job. Yeah, it's everybody's job. Yeah. Thank you. I hope I answered the question. Yeah.
Thank you very much. One last question to our third speaker, addressed to Dr. Elahi. The question is, what structural changes in society are necessary to move from economic dominance to harmonious stewardship? Dr. Elahi, the floor is yours, please.
I think Prof.
Dr.
Elahi is
Elahi
attending
still with
another
us?
program. No, Dr. Elahi just requested me. He's attending another program. He's requested me. He has left already with your kind permission.
May I then request Dr. Khan, please, to answer this question?
Please repeat the question again.
Sure. What structural changes in society are necessary to move from economic dominance to harmonious stewardship?
Wonderful. Very brilliant question. I appreciate the question. Already I have mentioned few key points. One is ethical leadership. You see, we have leadership in everywhere, but we don't have the ethical leadership. It's very important. Nowadays, we know the dimension of leadership. We have transformation leadership, we have transitional leadership, we have servant leadership, we have so many kinds of charismatic leadership. But what we want nowadays, we are talking about ethical leadership. We need the ethical practice, value practice from the family, from the society, from the institution, from the university, from the workplace. As I told you, we need the leaders, we need ethical leaders at our business, we need ethical leaders in our education, we need ethical leaders in our economy, we need ethical leaders in our politics as well. Then we can get the structural change. Otherwise, it's not possible, because every sound should come from the top approach. When you see the leaders, they have the willingness, they have the motives, they can change the nation. Otherwise, it's very difficult. And if you are thinking of Sufism or oneness with one, they also believe in ethical practice. What is fair? Just do the treatment. Fair treatment, equal treatment. Not only equality, also equity. Both things. It should be harmony. That's why we focus on universal harmony. Harmony is possible when there is a good ethical practice and leadership. Thank you. Hopefully, I have answered the question.
Thank you very much, Dr. Khan. Again, we appreciate your thought-provoking answers and discussions. Okay, with these enriching discussions, We now arrive at the concluding part of today's seminar. I would like to take a moment to acknowledge the people working behind the scenes. Behind every successful program is a dedicated team whose efforts often go unseen. I'd therefore like to express my sincere gratitude to the Haqqani Mission Bangladesh ICT team for their tremendous effort, tireless dedication, and invaluable support in making today's seminar possible. Thank you for all your hard work. My heartiest thanks to our more than 250 participants, among which there are about 60 participants who have joined us internationally. Thank you for being part of today's seminar. May I now hand over to our Honorable President, Shah Sufi Dr. Sumaya Sultana, Haqqani Mission Bangladesh, to deliver the closing remarks. We have a little certificate of appreciation for our respected speakers, which we aim to email over to them in due course. Okay. Ma'am, may I call you for the closing remarks, please?
Thank you, Dilshad. Thank you everyone for your remarkable discussions. It feels like time flew by in the blink of an eye. Before concluding today's seminar, I would like to share a profound philosophy from Haqqani School of Thought that defines the highest state of human consciousness, that is oneness. True oneness is not an abstract theory. It is a live experience born from divine love. It is the state where the individual ego dissolves and one completely merges into the one. When we walk along the collinear path of devotion, we arrive at the ultimate destination, complete oneness, oneness, one. These ultimate realms, what we call oneness, the word of divine love. To reach this kingdom, human consciousness elevates through two parallel streams of transformations: the path of divine knowledge, the realms of divine love. The path of divine knowledge, it begins with basic knowledge. As knowledge matures through realizations, it evolves into wisdom. Finally, wisdom transcends human limitations to become divine knowledge. The realms of divine love, it begins with attraction, deepening affection transforms it into selfless love. Ultimately, this love ascends to divine love. The soul I, or myself, enters the world of divine love only by the blessings. I repeat this, only and only by the blessings of the spiritual guide or guru, who is the one. This journey is a continuous process and is only achieved through the collinear path of consciousness and realization of reality in every aspect. Realization of reality in every aspect is very, very important. At the time when division and restlessness affects society, this timeless Sufi teaching and the message of oneness with one offers a guiding light towards peace, mutual respect, and harmony. Haqqani Mission Bangladesh firmly believes that by nurturing internal informations and connecting with the Supreme Essence, we can cultivate true universal peace. I believe today's discussion inspired deep reflection and spiritual awakening in all our hearts. Once again, I show my gratitude to everyone present on behalf of Haqqani Mission Bangladesh for joining us, and special thanks to the honorable speakers for sharing their wonderful insights. Lastly, my sincere appreciation goes to our IT teams, their unwavering commitment and invaluable supports in making this seminar a success. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, and may peace prevail in every heart.
Thank you very much, President, for your wonderful, thought-provoking discussion. We now move on to the end of today's seminar. And there is a message from our ICT team on behalf of Haqqani Mission Bangladesh. We would love to take a quick group photo, and if you're comfortable, may I request you to please turn on your camera. Thank you very much.
For joining us with this seminar and your giving your valuable time to us.
And we close now with our Haqqani Mission Bangladesh anthem and theme song. Good afternoon to everyone. May I request you all to please stand in the hall, please.
সততার বন্ধনে আপনার সন্ধানে সততার বন্ধনে আপনার সন্ধানে নিঃস্বার্থ কর্মের আদেশ হাক্কানি মিশন বাংলাদেশ হাক্কানি মিশন বাংলাদেশ হিংসা বিদ্বেষ ভুলে গিয়ে ব্যবধান মানুষের কল্যাণে ঐক্যের আহ্বান কর্ম মানবতা শান্তির অভিযান মুক্তির পথে ওরে সত্যের নিশান পামিতের অবসানে উন্নতি সাধনে পামিতের অবসানে উন্নতি সাধনে নিঃস্বার্থ কর্মের আদেশ হাক্কানি মিশন বাংলাদেশ হাক্কানি মিশন বাংলাদেশ মানবতার মহান ব্রতে সত্য প্রতিষ্ঠার লক্ষ্যে মানবতার মহান ব্রতে সত্য প্রতিষ্ঠার লক্ষ্যে নিঃস্বার্থ কর্মের আদেশ হাক্কানি মিশন বাংলাদেশ হাক্কানি মিশন বাংলাদেশ হাক্কানি মিশন বাংলাদেশ
Thank you, everyone, and take care. We might now take your leave.
Thank you so much. Thank you once again. Haqqani from Bangladesh. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much to you as well. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Prof. Nadira.
Goodbye.